Oh my gosh, man. I swear. I hate when people try to build lies upon lies. One of my friends on YouTube asked me if I wanted to call in tomorrow or try to call in on the Blog Talk radio show. I think Generation X hosted, I don't know what the name of the host is. I forgot his name. But anyways, she asked me if I wanted to call in and share how I thought because she really wanted me to. But I don't really know because some of these topics piss me off. I guess tomorrow being June 30th, they want to talk about black women choosing to date white men in terms of dating options. And for me, the conversation is so stupid that it's not even funny, right? I understand that, you know, hot topics are hot topics, but you can still be realistic and formulate a type of debate that you can really take something from, and a debate that really strikes at the issue. I mean, you have so much brain power on there, you have educated people on there, but yeah, we're talking in superficial bullshit. We're talking about some unrealistic shit that's not going to translate, and quite frankly, what's not even going on in real life, right? A lot of these black women talk about white men, and you can tell that the vast majority really aren't even around white men like that. That's what I don't like, right? Outside of the professional relationship, how much interaction do you really have? Because the way you talk, they're not providing insight, right? I've already talked about my relationships with non-black women, right? I've given you insight. So you can watch my videos and you can tell I'm really around these women. It's not me trying to hype them up, right? I was one of the first people on here to talk about the ugly side of interracial dating in terms of how all that glitters isn't gold, and about how some of these non-black women are pretty much the women who got kicked out of their own racial group or cultural group. So now they only date black men because that's their only alternative. I've already talked about that. I've already been honest with myself about that shit. But whenever black women want to talk about it, it's such an unrealistic conversation that it's annoying. And what pisses me off is how black women want to play dumb, right? Hear me out. We can talk about black history. We can talk about the modern black experience and all that other good shit and all our struggles in terms of education and employment, housing, finance, all that other shit, right? And white men have a distinct relationship when we have those conversations. Needless to say, they're not necessarily our friend and our ally, and we have a problem with them. We have a bone to pick with them. We have an issue, right? But the second black woman want to talk about dating or relationship, his relationship to that topic completely changes. So in one breath, he's identified as the oppressor or the dude that's really, you know, protecting the status quo, which has us at the bottom and has us struggling, right? And we need to somehow overthrow him and challenge his way of life. Then in the next breath, all of a sudden he's a viable dating option. I'm gonna be happy, you know, being with him. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is it? Right? How can one person have one label in one conversation and the same person gets a different label in a, you know, in a new conversation? That's the point I don't get. And that's what pisses me off. Right? And this shit happens all the time, even on a personal level, in terms of black women playing dumb. Right? We'll talk about a certain issue that's not related to dating and relationships, and we are on the same page. They're spitting mad knowledge, you know, they're putting me on game in terms of what I'm not thinking about. And the second we talk about dating and relationships, these same women want to play dumb. right? And pull fake alternatives out of nowhere. And then once again, it's the whole idea of building lies upon lies, right? In one breath, we all know that, right? The white man is at the head, and he's the one that's promoting all this negativity within each cultural group, right? Then in the next breath, though, women are strong enough, black women are strong enough, to choose him now, right? To give him the time of day. Like, what the fuck? Like, what kind of conversation is that? At 1 second, you're helpless and he's oppressed you. Now it's about you giving him the time of day. And what pisses me off is black women slander black men in terms of what we like, in terms of preference, in terms of European standards. Well, you're dealing with a motherfucking European, right? All of a sudden, European standards aren't an issue now, but with black men it is. You hate European standards with black men, but now all of a sudden you embrace it because you want to date white men, right? Go figure. And the other thing that pisses me off is black women swear they don't have competition. Black women are always trying to avoid competition in dating, and it's not even funny. Always. Now all of a sudden, they have direct access to white men, and they're not going to have to compete against who? The European white women. Or the Latina girl, or the Asian girl. All these other women that they hate black men being around. Now all of a sudden, they're more than willing to compete with them. Once again, makes no common sense whatsoever. So who you getting weaved up for now? Right? You tell me. Who you dressing up for now? Who you bleaching your skin for now? Is it me or is it for them? Like I said, at the end of the day, if y'all want to date white men and do what you have to do, great. It takes the pressure off of us. But don't come back with that shit. Don't try to appeal to his standard of what beauty is and all that other shit. And when it fails, come back and blame us like we did the shit. Right? This shit is so stupid to me, man. If you really think about it, like, what's really good? Everybody wants to talk about black men being conditioned. There's more white men on TV than there are white women, right? You turn on TV and you'll see a variety of women. You'll see white women, you'll see Asian women, you'll see more of a mixture of women compared to white men, but the media has never slacked on promoting the European white male, the American white male, as the good guy. There's never been a shortage of that. Any TV show that quote-unquote conditioned black boys, there are also white men on there. But all of a sudden, black women aren't conditioned, right? It's personal choice, but we're conditioned. Man, this whole shit is stupid if you think about it. Really. So you think about it, holla at me and tell me how you feel. Take it easy. God bless.